since I blew late, all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. That I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole for the all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Yo. Hey, 59! Yo, watch the air. Check 43, check 37.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 45 on second down, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Check 15, check 15. Out, 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 out. Alert, flat, boom. Yeah, switch gears.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Alert, alert. Mike 7, Mike 7. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike 7.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. They go back to the ground now with Miller. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
He was brought down by Earl Thomas. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Ravens.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. We're scoreless after 1.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson, he's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A first down carry now for Miller. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. No, no, no. Hatchet, hatchet. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Watch twist, please. All right.
On second down, it's Hines. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 20. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Here's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Check 13. Check 13.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 13 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Watson eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Oh, he bumped him.
Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker.
He bumped him,
and his
son.
guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They begin the drive with Hines, and he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end.
Are you serious?
All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll run on first down. Hines. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 39, Jackson forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And he will score.
He should have been sacked.
Baltimore. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, it's Watson. Dancing to his left. Ebron with it over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break, Watson. And an alley to run. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
There's nobody over there.
Handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Ravens.
Now Jackson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will score. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Check hot, hot, hot. Quick dash. Come. Switch. Hey, alert three. Kill. Okay.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Slam. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check. Hey, check 24.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Bang. Switch. Under coach. Hey, watch it.
This is Hines. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run with Hines. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. It's out time. It's up. It's out time. New Mike 52. Mike 52. So don't say nothing. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Now watch one. Watch one. No. Check that. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Here we go. D. All day. Defense. All day. All day.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Buying time to his left. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
no doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This from 54 yards away. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Hines, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Hines. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Hines, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill, his third touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
Good job, baby.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play, because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And now it's second down.
Any day. Where's the 52 the mic.
Throwing again is Watson. Steps away. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Let's go now. 52 and check 52's the mic. It's just me and you.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee.